Alright, thank you for clicking on my video. I appreciate it. I'm just going to show you guys how to fix misfires or misfeeds in the Ares M45. These are two things that you can check that'll help show you what's going wrong. You know, it's just another two things to troubleshoot, so I'm going to get right into it. The first thing that is the easiest to troubleshoot is to do with your upper receiver. You'll notice that there is a metal ring around the inside of your upper receiver, and what it does is it attaches the transform handguard adapter piece to your upper receiver, like so. So it's real easy to tighten this down. Just make sure that the little nubs at the top of the receiver are lined up with the little combo tool here. Take a flathead, or if you have a spanner wrench, you can just go ahead and use one of those. And you want to come into this ring and you just want to tighten it. It'll be a little stiff. That's alright. You don't have to destroy this thing and make sure it's the tightest thing on earth either. You just want to get it tight enough and then snug it a little bit. You don't want to go crazy because at some point you're going to want to get in here for some reason. But that's it. That's the first fix. You'll see there's no wobble for the upper receiver to the adapter here. And our hop-up unit is going to sit nice and snug. The second thing that could go wrong is your BB hop-up feed tube lips. So Ares decided to incorporate a feed tube into the hop-up unit from your mag. It's a two-piece design, which naturally means it sucks. So one of the things you can do is just take your lower receiver here, come in, and you're going to have your BB feed tube right here. I'm going to try and get some zoom going on this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There's two flathead screws here that tighten your feed tube down onto your gun. However, when you tighten them, what happens is you end up splitting the feed tube apart. So it kind of like makes a Y at the top if you look at it from the front. So this is the gap we're trying to avoid. What's going to happen is if this is too wide, the BBs will just spill out of the top, or they'll get stuck and push on each other. So the solution to that I have found is to take some shims. These are just your normal Airsoft 0.1mm shims, and what you want to do is you want to loosen up each of those flathead screws and slide a shim under the corners, and hopefully you can tighten it down and it'll bring the level nice and even. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the shims under the front of the hop-up unit. That's going to allow me to screw down tight with these two screws, but not so tight that the hop-up unit feed tube begins to split. So I've not tightened anything down yet. I'm going to do that in a second. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys how I can tighten it and there's no gap. Okay, here's the finished product, and you can see that I've pretty much eliminated the gap there. You're always going to see a seam just from where the hop-up unit comes together, but for the most part it's pretty much eliminated, so our hop unit isn't going to want to, this feed tube isn't going to like split and give us problems.